I'm Justin here with Prosperity Homestead, and this is a second house that we rent out to tenants. And I tried, and this message is really about vendors. I tried to contact 3 different painting companies and essentially could not get any of them to call me back or commit to painting. Lowe's and those places didn't paint, but I eventually got materials and came out and painted these walls. Look at that, that's pretty pretty. And the other room, same thing. But I actually just painted the walls that were dirty and didn't get cleaned because overall, time is money. I can paint the whole house. I know how to do it, but it would have been better to have professionals come in because now I'm at the last hour trying to get paint done, the house cleaned so that a tenant can come in here in just a few days. But you can see the trim needs to be touched up a bit here, and some of the windows and stuff as well. Now I'm going to be down here on my hands and knees taking care of this. I'm not going to show you a video of it because you can trust it when it's done that I took care of it. But my point being this is that if you have additional properties, especially those that are connected to your main estate, there's nothing wrong with renting them out. There's nothing wrong with buying the house next to you if it becomes available. There's nothing wrong with buying the house across the street if it becomes available. These are other ways you can make money from your land. If you're in a situation where you're using your land to grow food, buying the house next to it extends your growing space because you can have adjoining backyards. You can buy the house behind you or the house across the street. But ultimately, it gives you additional space. You can also buy farmland and put multiple houses on agricultural land so that you can have a place for your tenant. You can have a place for, when I was looking for property recently, a lot of the houses had a main house and a house that was rented out. So you can have a tenant, you can have a farm manager, you can have your older kid. Instead of them living at your house, you have them move into the house next door and charge them rent. But ultimately what we're doing here is we're taking an old property and we're cleaning it up. And so you can see this is actually kind of a ranch style. And I got this room back here painted as well. Look at that. That's supposed to be an antique white paint. It's not as antique as I thought it would be, but we painted this whole room, my dad, my son, and myself. And so big rooms, wood floors. Now look what tenants do though. So the thing you have to be aware of is that tenants are gonna wreck stuff up. Tenants are gonna scratch floors. They're gonna have beds without little stickers under the posts, and they're gonna scratch the floor up there. They're gonna take down closet doors. They're gonna wreck some stuff up. So you have to charge enough in rent to actually cover the costs of maintenance and repairs. Now this house actually needs doors. Took down it had nice wooden, most of the closets had these nice wooden doors, but they're kind of hanging loose here. And I had a set of tenants that actually tore these doors up. So I don't have, oh, look at that, there's some dirtiness there. I'll have to wash that door down. I don't have closet doors on all the rooms. Now there's some strategies you can use. You can actually paint the walls with a flat paint. A tenant actually painted this room gray, but the trim with an enamel paint so that it's easy to wash. And all the doors have this enamel paint on it. It's real easy to wash. And so we got everything tuned up. We washed everything, and then we got some touch-ups done. And we try to make it nice for the tenants. Now, if you've got an older home that you're trying to make more environmentally friendly, and that's what we're doing with this one, we're turning it to a green. By the way, it goes all the way down that way. Look at that. It's a pretty big place. If you are transforming a place to make it more environmentally friendly, more energy efficient, running a tenant through it allows you to do those upgrades and have some cost recovery associated with the rental use of the property. Now, I'm not your tax advisor. You can talk to a tax advisor. The point is, you have to understand that sometimes you're going to have to get out there and do the work. Sometimes you're going to have to go and do more than just manage the rental. You have to arrange contractors and other stuff. Now, we talk about that because it's the same skills that you'd use for your own household management. And so if you visit www.prosperityhomestead.org, we're going to talk about that as well, because if you end up with adjoining properties, you could actually end up with a pretty valuable estate. You can also end up with cash flow for properties that you're not currently using. And if you've got a large property, such as like the Chateau folks, you can actually turn that whole thing into a business and generate revenue from it. I'm Justin Hitt with Prosperity Homestead. I'm just doing cleaning. I'm here doing cleaning, and I'm doing a final touch-up painting, so this house is ready for a tenant. And I want to share with you the opportunity that you might find it beneficial to invest where you live and really grow your assets and to grow your net worth, but also increase your area in which you can implement these environmental managed strategies. I'm using no VOC paints. I'm minimal tools. Everything's water soluble, so it washes really good. I don't have that paint smell in the house. When we stripped the floors, they actually came in with some stuff that it was a little smelly. But ultimately, folks, this is how you build that prosperity on your homestead. Thanks for watching. I'm Justin Hitt with Prosperity Homestead. You can visit www.prosperityhomestead.org and ask your questions. I'm here to help affluent homeowners and folks who own land get the most value from their land, the greatest asset value, as well as the greatest economic and ecological value. Thanks for watching.